countrymen and women, update you on our mission here in Dubai as those who have been tasked to observe the printing of ballot papers. We would like to inform you that the process is going on. We have had opportunities since our arrival here to even go for inspection in the plant to see how the printing is taking place. We are now at a stage where, apart from printing, serialization has started. The binding of the ballot papers has also started. However, we want to inform you that our role here is not just to go and observe the printing. Our role is also to ask questions and seek clarity where we need more information. And therefore, we have spent our time here during meetings or when there is a press briefing by the ECZ to also ask questions so that we can get more clarity on some of the issues that during our observation meeting, we need more information and more clarification. So the progress in terms of printing is continuing into next week, and we'll continue updating you so that you are well informed on the processes that are taking place here. And it's just right that we do it because everybody is anxious and everybody would like to know exactly what is going on. I thank you.
Yes, thank you. Just to add to what Professor said, the point we would like to emphasize for our followers and all the Zambians is that our being here is intended to ensure that we give credibility to the process, but also that we continue to act in keeping with the demand that we had made on the ECZ to have a free, fair and transparent election. We think that the assignment that is taking place here in Dubai is very important for us to meet that deliverable. Of course, there have been some issues of concern that we've been raising, as you've noted, my colleagues had indicated before. And even when we had the meetings that we sat with the ECZ when they sought to clarify those issues, it was because we wanted to make sure that the Zambians who are following this in real time are appraised of exactly how this process is panning out and that we are providing proper superintendence on what is going on. We must say that today we are not sitting together with the people that are printing. The ECZ that directed that Saturday and Sunday we were going to be excused, all of us who came as the observers, to allow the people who are operating in the plant to continue printing. But even senior management of the printing company have been advised, or rather they advised us, that they're also going to stay away from the printing process. So our supervision will continue on Monday. And like Professor Luo has said, we are very determined to make sure that we don't leave any stone unturned. We want to make sure that whatever is going to happen here in Dubai is going to give credence to the process of printing these ballot papers. We think that this is a very important integral part of the electoral process. And if we slipped up on any of this, it was going to be a problem. And I would like now to just clarify the issues that had arisen at the initial stages when this process started. There was word for those who despise democratic tenets, who suggested to the nation that the Tonse Pamoja Alliance had failed to, send people to come and superintend what was going on here. Like I explained before I left Zambia, we had challenges with visa, and logistical preparations, because we had initially thought that this process was going to be financed by the Electoral Commission of Zambia as part of ensuring that we have a transparent process of election. When we were notified, in so short a time before departure, that all of us were going to have to meet our, own logistical arrangements. We now made sure that we started looking for, tickets, visas, etc., for us to travel. And I must ensure the Zambians, you must know that we arrived here just in time for the start of the actual major work that is taking place here. What we missed were first the demonstration of how the work was going to be conducted, and the first part, the initial part of the printing of the presidential ballots. But with what we have observed so far, like Professor said, the important part was part of the serialization of the ballot papers for the presidency, and that was going to take place between the time we arrived and Friday. We are now being assured that it continues on Monday and will continue providing that superintendence. So even if we are away from the plant today, we still remain confident that where we're going to start from on Monday, we will not experience any disruption as a result of us not being available today during the printing, where all the other stakeholders have been pulled out. We are also aware that the ECZ have now changed guard. If we are going to continue this process with other staff that are senior staff that are going to come to us from Lusaka that have exchanged the ones who were here. I must say that we continue to offer cooperation to the ECZ, but we also expect them to give us 100% cooperation, because this process is not only for ECZ, it is for all the stakeholders in the country, including those who didn't manage to send their own observers here. We are providing an oversight even on their behalf. Our resolve as Tonse Pamoja Alliance is to make sure that we have a credible election, because we are very, very confident of what the outcome is going to come, provided this election is going to be transparent, is going to be credible, and is going to be free and fair. That said, before I give the mic to my colleagues to also add their voices, we just want to register, even if we are at a far distance, our deep concern with this lack of uniform application of the Electoral Code of Conduct by the ECZ. We keep receiving information about what is going on back in Zambia. And while our colleagues are getting very busy in the campaign, and you can see which crowds they are pulling, they continue to be disrupted by the police. They continue to be disrupted sometimes by the ECZ itself, which switches the venues where our colleagues are supposed to be having, these rallies. We just want to encourage Zambians not to give up. Please don't give up the Tonse Alliance. We are your partners. We are resolved. We are coming to, mount a very effective campaign that is going to ensure that we deliver, on the 13th of August 2026. But our concern is because we have noticed that there have been these sporadic stories, of violence being meted out at our people by the UPND. And sometimes even among themselves, the UPND. But what you have not seen is ECZ cracking a whip that they've done, today in Kaputa, because we know that there was space of violence in Monze when the independent member of parliament was assaulted by the UPND cadres. ECZ did not suspend the campaigns in Monze. In Magoya, unfortunately, we had a case where somebody died at the hands of UPND cadres. The independent candidate who was standing in Magoya went and reported the matter to the police. Up to today, we have not heard the ECZ suspending campaigns in Magoya. In Mazabuka, it's a story that can make that brings shame to the whole electoral process, because the Honorable Gary Nkombo continues to be a victim of violence at the hands of UPND cadres. You have not heard of a suspension. There was a suspended suspension for just 1 day, and they removed that suspension when they heard that they had actually applied the wrong law to suspend the campaign process in Mazabuka. We want to make a very serious demand on the ECZ. You need to ensure that you can recover your credibility. It doesn't make sense for you to be weeping when you think that it is the Tonse and Pamoja Alliance, even without evidence, that are involved in space of violence. What has happened in Kaputa is regrettable, it's unfortunate, it should not take place in the electoral process. But the ECZ cannot, it can't be coincidence that the ECZ decides to cancel or suspend the campaigns when they know that our team is heading to Kaputa. Yes. It can't be coincidence. And also you cannot suspend an election campaign without allowing the police to investigate matters that led to that fatality. What about what is going to happen if you discover, and I know that's what you're going to discover, that actually it's the UPND cadres who went and committed that murder? Are you going to suspend us? Are you going to punish us for the offenses committed by the UPND? We are very aware that the people of Kaputa are eager to receive the Tonse Pamoja team when they arrive in Kaputa. And we are very aware that people are beginning to get very scared of just what is going to happen when we get to Kaputa, because that's when it's going to be written, in stone, that the Tonse Pamoja Alliance are a formidable group when it comes to campaigning in Kaputa. We would like to call upon the ECZ to remain professional, to remain objective. Nothing has happened in Kaputa. We know a death is regrettable, but nothing has happened in Kaputa that should result in suspending the campaigns, especially because that the Tonse Pamoja Alliance are the ones supposed to be in Northern Province this time. I think this is lack of uniformity in the application of the Electoral Code of Conduct, and we would just like to make an earnest call to the CEO, especially the chairperson for the ECZ, because the buck stops with Mrs. Zalomis. Yes. We are very convinced that Mrs. Zalomis can exercise independence, can exercise professionalism, and ensure that that suspension that has been, announced in Kaputa is lifted immediately to enable our team to go and canvass on our people. Yes. We have got it is a short period between now and the election, and everything must be done to ensure that the whole country is visited by all the political players who are campaigning in this process. This must be emphasized upon. We must insist upon it as Tonse Pamoja Alliance that this one must be lifted to allow our team to go there. We don't want to be seen to be in violation of the electoral code of conduct by saying we're going to go even if you have suspended. But we think this suspension is unjustified, cannot be justified on any account that it must be lifted immediately.
Thank you. Thank you, Council. Thank you very much, Professor Luo. This is very, very important. I'll start from where we just ended. These are indications that we are dealing with a regime which is very uncomfortable, a regime which is on its own way. Of course, take note that we will comment and speak as the interested parties, government in waiting. Of course, I'll come back here in Dubai. There are few reports, if you recall so well, that when we came here, we had talked about the number of ballot papers to be printed in comparison to the number of those who registered. I think a few days ago also there are some publications where we hear that we are causing some kind of discomfort within the meetings. Today I was reading some article from Diggers where they've reported that we, and myself in particular, became unruly. Okay? The point we would like to bring to attention is that we are all aware that we are dealing with a system we gave ourselves, which system puts the elections management body, in this case we're talking about ECZ, as independence questionable. In what sense? ECZ is in place because one of our interested party or candidate within this election appoints them. So whenever you come to them and ask them questions, they feel very uncomfortable. So when you hear reports that this is what has happened in Dubai, probably we become unruly, these are not truthful reports. Okay, so by saying this, we are trying to emphasize on the credibility and the professionalism when it comes to reporting from the media, that we are here as your people in Dubai to represent the interest of the people of Zambia. And whatever we do, it is in the best interest of everybody else that side. So whenever we go to ECZ, we question them on the activities, such as the security issues, numbers of ballot papers. We don't mean to fight anybody. All we need is answers on behalf and for the people of Zambia. And I want to emphasize on one most important issue that as we go on, because this process is for everybody, for us here in Dubai and the people of Zambia, we must hold hands together and protect this process. The very end, when we are voting on the 13th day of August this year, it is very, very important. You can see, I think there were sessions in the first few days when this process was about to start. And we've come here as your people, and we can assure you that you have independent, credible, and straightforward people here. You can see council and professor ahead of ourselves. And as a people back home, let us work together as a team so that we protect what is good for this nation. God has given us an opportunity to bring in leaders that mean well for this nation. And this is the only way we can do it, by ensuring that we are here as credible people, cannot be pushed around, people who cannot be corrupted. And you do your part as well as the people from that far end. Let us protect what is good. Already we are being suspended from doing the campaigns, which our council has just mentioned. Nobody is happy. We have a few days to do our campaign. So please, as the people back home, stand with us. Let us protect what is our own. God has given us an opportunity. We are here assuring you that we will follow each and every activity that is being done from here. And we will question ECZ to ensure that we protect our vote. Obviously, once we are done the process, there will be from. We shall follow that wherever the ballot papers will go. As they land in Zambia, we shall be there. And let us work together and make sure that this process is credible, the best interest of the people of Zambia. I thank you so much.
It's an honor to still have you tuned in. We are the Akuna Kulala team. We did not come here to rest, but to execute the mandate that you have put on our shoulders to the best ability that we can. With that regard, we have decided to also not only talk about us staying glued to you people. We have chosen to not even connect ourselves to the company, for instance, of ECZ, We are in our own company. We have found our own residence. We move in our own transport. I heard some people had raised queries.
Yes.
No, we are not being kept by ECZ here. We are being kept by you, the Zambians, that have sponsored our trip here. So we can assure you that even what we are eating, it is what you have given us. We are unbribable, and not that we are insinuating that we are being offered bribes. No, we're not being offered bribes. But peradventure, if some people think we are able to depart from the mandate you gave us, we can assure you we are as hard as they come, and will still uphold the integrity that you are expecting from us. So be rest assured, nothing is going to go wrong under our watch. And our job is not to sniff for problems, but to prevent the possibilities of any occurrences that will compromise the quality and efficacy of these elections coming. So wewe na Zambia, milongo kutira mpunga jetu kutupepera, and believing that this team, together with everybody, na ECZ wants and avonse abeshire kuno. Tuli kuchalo chaba tebene. We are in a foreign country, and we need your prayers more than we needed them yesterday. Because at the end of the day, it is one Zambia, one nation. We built this country, we'll be proud of it. So it's a moment like this that indeed the democracy of countries is tested. This time we are going to the election. We are praying that there will be no violence, no impartiality, no selective justice, as it has been alluded to, that we are witnessing. It's regrettable. But as we keep representing you Zambians here, we are also praying and hoping that you also keep believing. Don't give up. Make sure you come to vote when the moment comes, just next month.
And finally, just to call upon on you who are in Kasama, you have heard that our team is arriving in Kasama for the mega rally. They are passing through Malole, but the mega rally is expected in Kasama at Museko. Please go and show them your support, and go and put your signature to show that you're prepared to change government. This is your time. Your friends have demonstrated everywhere where our team has gone that they're prepared to change this government. Chipata gave us a very good signal. Kawe gave us a very good signal. Kitwe gave us a very good signal. You saw what happened in Nakonde. It now remains up to you, the people in Kasama. Come in your numbers. The team is just about to arrive there. Join them and show the nation that you have chosen a new leadership to come and take over government. Thank you very much.
And most importantly, sometimes our people say, Kairina Raya. So I will be because you should be there as well. And I'm calling upon the young people, the women, in particular the women. We are the ones who call the shots. As a politician, if you're at any meeting, be it a cell meeting, be a rally, if the majority of the people present are women, you know you have won the elections. So my fellow women of Kasama, of Northern Province, of the Copper Belt, Luapula, Southern, Eastern, Western, Northwestern, and Lusaka. This is our time as women. I'm talking about women. So the youths, I think in 2021, you decided. So we are, and as women, we carry the youths on our back. So we are carrying you on our back to make sure that we bring change to Zambia, and we are looking forward to a prosperous and a Zambia that will be enjoyed by all of us. United, we stand. Divided, we fall. Thank you.
A quick one. Even the unity, it's very interesting.
Yes.
The unity, you've seen it across all the provinces. And this is what we want. Let's continue. That unity, the day of voting. That is why we assure you that you have us here. Don't even doubt. We will do our job in the best interest of the Republic of Zambia. Already now, I'm here if you're not trying to create a favor in the fake. Now I'm in our time to peace. How are you moving? They want to be nice here to us when they were not nice that far in. So we will remain independent to protect the interests of the people of Zambia. Let's do our part, wherever we are. We unite ourselves on that day, or we'll go and cast our vote in numbers so that we can move this government that has suffered so much. Thank you so much.
And Southern Province, just to thank you personally for the feedback that we're receiving from you. We have seen the WhatsApps you've been sending to us. We have seen the likes that you're throwing on every platform where we speak to you. Just rest assured that we are counting you as our brothers and our sisters. We are coming to Southern Province. Don't listen to these fake stories that we are afraid of coming to Southern Province. No. We are dealing with the Tonse Alliance, the Tonse Pamoja Alliance, which is a united force. And we know that we're going to come to every province before the end of the campaign, but especially in Southern Province, where false stories have been told about us. We love you, and we know you love us very, very much. We are prepared to come and see you in accordance with the calendar for the ECZ. The moment that week kicks in, we will be in Southern Province in all the areas where we think we need to come and campaign. Please welcome us with both your hands. We are your brothers and your sisters, and we are resolved to return this country to a united nation that our parents fought for during independence and landed over a very one united nation. I can speak about Western Province, but I think that so much work has been done in Western Province by our colleagues on the ground in Zambia. We intend to ensure that we cover every ground in this nation before 13th of August 2026. Thank you very much for watching us. Thank you very much for listening to us. Continue with the spirit of unity in the nation. We know that God loves this country. He's not about to abandon us. He's about to manifest His glory in that nation.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.